for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground. So we can fly again. So we can fly again.
Atomic particles traveling near the speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
Towards the right-hander he goes. Emo goes having to defend here. Fury's going to go down the inside. He's got so much better straight line speed. Emo guy forcing Fury right to the end of the track. And Fury leads this race now. Oh, as Gavlar's gone wide, that's going to open the door to Forzy and Big Boy Brazier as Big Boy gets right onto the back of him. Fury looks to the outside now, but has he got enough of an overlap to go around the outside? He's going to be brave to do so. Emo Guy's going to keep his nose in there. Do they come together? Fury gets the job done around the outside. The quick right-hander. What a move from Fury. Emo Guy goes to defend, and Matt's now looking down the inside. So Emo Guy with the fastest qualifying time. He's under pressure here in the race, and Matt's going to go down the inside. The job done for Matt, but is he going to run a Fury's gone very wide, and that's allowed Emo Guy down the inside. But just trying to hang in there, but Big Boy's managed to get the job done, and Jamie gains that position. Fury's in the pits. What has happened here? Fury has to go into the pits. And it's Guy who takes the win at round 3 here at Simplay Motorsport. Guy will win at Paul Ricard, and Matt will come home for a 2nd place. Good stuff there for Matt, and continues his championship hunt. And Big Boy Brazier will complete the podium, and I didn't think he was expecting this. Jamie will take P3 here. He'll be well happy with that one. Towards the right-hander he goes. Guy's having to defend here. Fury's going to go down the inside. He's got so much better straight line speed. Guy forcing Fury right to the end of the track. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. My name is Dan Davis, and we are live for the 4th round, I believe. Yes, 4th round of the ACC Championship here at Simplay Motorsport. We've had a week's break due to some of the admin team being away and unable to broadcast, but we are back. We are back giving you some action here, and we are at the Circuit to Catalunya Barcelona circuit for the next round of the championship. I know Matt's going to be rinsing me now because I've said that wrong, but either way, we've got some guys on track. It's Sutty Apex just telling me in the chat that he was obviously updating his livery, and he's gone for a silver and blue, so he's happy now. He's got a new color scheme, but we are back here for some racing here at Simplay Motorsport. And I'm just going to find the current updates of the standings. But as it stands, it is Matovic who's leading the way currently in the pits as it stands. But his closest rival is, and next to him is Guy. He has been hunting him down through the last couple of rounds. Paul Ricard was a very, very good round for Guy. Finally getting a win to his name. Can he hunt him down? Also, making sure that you guys stay tuned throughout this weekend, as we will be live for Sunday night for the final round of the ACC Championship. Not ACC, F2 Championship, sorry. It's been a while since I've done a bit of commentary, so my mind's just trying to sort itself out slightly. As I'm actually trying to find the standings, so it's not in the place that I thought it was going to be. There's the standings. As it is Matovic who leads the way on 70 points to his name. Guy is 45 behind. No, again, I'm being stupid. It's 25 behind. He's on 45 points as it currently stands. Again, my brain's not working this evening, but it will be in a second. 40 still in P3 with Monkey Boy currently P4. P5 goes the way of Peaceful Exposure. P6 is Rabbit Joe. P7 is Gavlar. P8 is Fury. P9 PN Motorsport with John William in P10. Currently unable to race this evening with Big Boy Brazier P11. P12 is Sutty Apex with Welshie in P13. 14 is Disco, and 15 is Lucas Ross. 16 is Dean Wasaki. 17th is Smokey Devil. 18th is Bryn. 19th is That Buzzy Boy. And they are your standings at the minute. But it is the man in the Bentley of Matovic who's leading the championship away. Guys, let's hear from you in the chat. not logged in on the right account tonight, so it is just my YouTube on there. So let's hear from you guys. Let's see who you think is going to take pole position here this evening. Get yourself involved, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, so you do not miss any of the action here at Simplay Motorsport. Also a reminder to all the drivers and teams and everyone who has entered for the new season of Season 7 on Project Cars 2 for Pro and Pro-Am. Drivers are reminded that the 18th of September is the deadline to get your team name, car choice, numbers, and obviously drivers announced so that we can put it into the system ready for the season to get going. And already we've got some drivers and names confirmed, cars confirmed, and it's going to be an interesting season. Funny enough, this circuit, Barcelona, Catalunya, will be on the calendar for Season 7, and what absolute lunatic decided to choose this circuit, I have no clue. But either way, we will be racing here, so a little bit of extra practice for some of these guys. Obviously a very different game, but very much a very similar concept of the circuit. Possibly slightly different, but these guys will still be learning lines, they'll still be learning a different part of the track. So as you see, Max Mulder, he's just pulling over to one side, but he is joining us here this evening, as is also Gary131 in the Porsche 911. And speaking of Porsches, Forza, he just had a big moment through turn 3. He manages to keep hold of it. I suppose I didn't get a spot on Project Cars 2 GT3 this season then, says Emo Guy. Not from what I know of anyway, but either way, Disco currently at the top of the table at the minute, with Gavilar currently in P2, the only two to set a representative lap time, as Matimovic is currently out on track. PM Motorsport gets a lap time on the board, as the number 11 in the background of Peaceful Explosion is coming into the final chicane. So while Peaceful comes around, we shall do a lap with him if he's able to keep going around. As he exits the final corner, he makes sure he tries to get a good run through that final corner. Down the main straight we go. Perfect for a lovely strip scene. He's currently 8/10 of a Disco's best lap time. Down towards turn 1 into a tight, weird like chicane section, but we brake at the 100-meter board. Peaceful goes and turns in where Sebastian Vettel dummied Lewis Hamilton and managed to get around him into turn 2. Don't want to take too much curb because the car will start to feel loose and light as they now go through turn 3. Long corner. The car wants to drift out wide, but you want to keep it as tight as you can as it starts to drift out towards the curb. Into turn 4 where Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg hit each other and allowed Max Verstappen to get his first ever win, as we then head down to turn 5. Very difficult braking zone, downhill. Want to get the car turned in and make sure you get a good drive on exit. The rear will feel loose and want to spin around. As we now head towards turn 6 and 7. Again, the curbs down his section are very tricky, and the car becomes unstable. Heading towards turn 7, the Formula 1 car flat through here. In the GT car, they'll have to lift the brake possibly and try and get a good run down the back straight. This is where a DRS would be, but obviously GT cars do not have the DRS. And we head to turn 8 into a heavy hairpin braking zone. Make sure you brake in a straight line, get the car turned in and get good traction into turn 8, into a quick kink. And into turn 9, the kink can unstable the car and make the rear feel loose as you go into 8, and it feels all over the shot. Into 9 and into the final few corners now, into the final section where it's all very tight and twisty. Peaceful getting it sideways and into the slow chicane with that beautiful angle that we have here. Avoiding the curbs as much as he possibly can. Runs wide, touches the yellow curb, but into the final corner we go. And Peaceful Explosion, that's a lap here of Catalunya with him, and he doesn't improve, he will stay in P3, but that is a lap of the circuit. And let's have a rundown of the drivers that we have here this evening. We've got Disco McDiscoface currently in P1 at this stage and looking very good in his Ferrari at the minute, and it's Ferrari 1, 2, 3 at the minute with Gavilar in P2. He's hoping to have a better round this week with Peaceful Explosion in P3. Currently it's Sati Apex in that P4 position in the BMW, and this guy no setups, no nothing. He just loaded up, picked the car, and this is the car he's chosen. And he needs to learn what BMWs he drives as well, because we were in a chat with him a moment ago, and he goes, no one's going to beat me in my BMW M3. Well, Sussy, it's an M6, and you own a BMW, so you should really know that one. But P5 is also at the minute PN Motorsport with the lovely sounding Aston Martin V12 And what a beautiful car this is currently in the pits. With the Audi of Max Mulder going up into P4. You see this man on Project Cars. What can he do on ACC? That is the question. He's got Disco right behind him, who has improved his lap time. Currently P7 is your championship leader. Matimovic, your current pro defending champion. Can he hang on to it next season? Rumours going around he's got possibly a brand new car going into season 7. Him and Gary are still rumoured to be teamed up together. Still yet to be confirmed if they will or not be, but I know Matt's been testing a few cars, and should be an interesting season next season. Emo Guy currently gone out on track, the number 666. What can he do after a brilliant run through Paul Ricard? What can he do here at Circuit Catalunya as he exits the final corner? Can he keep this flow going? Can he take the fight to Matimovic? There's only a couple of points in the championship, so he can drag it back with 3 rounds left to go. Well, she currently P9 as he exits the final corner, running his lovely yellow and green livery, very similar to the one he uses on Project Cars, and he has been loyal to that livery for years. He goes up into P5 with Monkey Boy exiting the final corner as well. Fury's just crossed the line also, but Monkey Boy towards that, has he put a lap time together? No, he hasn't. P4 at the number 4, sorry. And I believe he's P4 in the championship as well, trying to hunt down Forzy as he possibly can. Big Boy Brazier currently in the pit in his McLaren. Looks like he's just making a few adjustments and changes to his car. What can he do? Obviously, he'll be going into Sunday trying to get another win in a F2 championship, and possibly trying to get Prima Constructors title with his teammate PN Motorsport. But he has Lucas Roth and Unorthodox 16 to try and beat for that one. Gary131, his first appearance here in ACC, the man who always disses everybody and says that ACC is rubbish. He has now finally decided that he's going to give it a go, and so far he's a little bit sideways in the Porsche 911. What can Gary do in this car? What can he do on this game? He speaks very highly of this game, and let's see what he can actually do as he's all over the back of Welshie there, and he goes off circuit. And with that, we move on to this man, Fury. He had a great run at the start of Paul Ricard. Looked like he was really going to challenge Emo Guy and Matimovic, but he underfueled himself. Can he throw away those mistakes here this evening? Can he make sure he has the fuel? As Phil in the chat says, hi Dan, and hi to you, Phil. How are you doing this evening, my friend? Forzy, another man who's been on great form lately. He did really well. Paul Ricard scoring some decent points, but also he done some good points in F2 as well. At Suzuka, he did a fantastic job. I think he had double podium, so Forzy really on a flow here. Can he get this Porsche 911 hooked up around the circuit tonight and try and get himself another podium, possibly a win if he possibly can? Smoky Devil currently P15 and still are looking to improve and learn the game, and it comes with time and practice as times are starting to come down, and still the 3 Ferraris at the top of the table. Smoky Devil in the Porsche 911 goes through the long right-hander. Bit unsure on the throttle there, and out the pits comes Lucas Roth in the Aston Martin, and a car that's very stable, very easy to drive. As we've got a couple more guys coming in the chat, just as a couple more guys coming into the session, so we'll see them all getting in. As Phil's doing good in the chat as we go on board with Max Mulder as he goes into 10-4. He has got a Lamborghini Welsh go very, very wide there. As we got Argent in the chat and also Argent in the session, and we've also got Rabbit Joe. Rabbit Joe missed a round. He was able to make a Paul Ricard, but he is back. How's everyone tonight? Mummy D in the chat says we're all doing good. We're all looking forward to get back and racing here at Simplay Motorsport. And like I said, all sorts of things going on. As also, one other thing to keep an eye out as well is we will possibly be doing a fun event. We will be doing the Indy 500 as a fun event just before the new season starts on season 7. It's going to be an interesting season. It's going to be a fantastic season, and I honestly cannot wait to get the season back underway. I'm looking forward to getting back in the car and challenging Matt for the title, but there's going to be a lot of drivers going for this season's title. It's going to be probably one of the more difficult seasons that you will ever see here at Simplay Motorsport. We're giving Project Cars a final hurrah as such. We possibly will be able to run Season 8 as well, but Project Cars is slowly starting to fade away, but we will keep it going for the meantime. This season looks like this. The 28th of September will be the first round. 10 days before, you need to make sure that your teams, your cars and your driver lineup are all confirmed to the admin team, either confirmed with myself, Dan Davis, aka Unorthodox, or on Discord, Dan_Unorthodox16, or Matthew Duffin. Confirm with either one of us two who your driver lineup team is, and we will get that punched in for you, as we have got some drivers already confirming team and cars, as we've got a healthy grid tonight of 18 cars, which is great to see. We'll go on board with Forza. You haven't been on him for a while. So the season looks like this. We will start the season off in one of the circuits that most people tend to hate, and I believe this is Phil's choice this season. Oshoslavide is going to be the first round of the season, and it's going to be followed up by Kota for round 2. Round 3, we actually return back to Catalunya, but for a morning race for round 3 of the championship. Round 4 will be an evening race at Laguna Seca, and then we fly to Dubai for round 5 of the championship, where we go back to the Americas for the mid part of the season. We go to Watkins Glen for the next part of the season. As PN's asked me to pick confirm, I can confirm. I'm starting to get scared of the of my spot in between the elite. Looking for fast guys, filling up the grid, says Emplava, and you gotta stick it in with the fast guys. If you don't learn from them, you're never going to improve. So it's always worth learning and finding out exactly what these guys could do. So I've just seen the times at the minute. Emo Guy and Disco very, very close. 600 separating them two at the minute, and Matt is right off the pace, 1.2 off the fastest at the minute. But we will finish off this season rundown of what to look forward to in season 7. Round 7 will be Sigito. We head to Suzuka for the next round of the championship on the 9th of November. All this leading towards Christmas. So Matt comes across the line, and he does not improve. He will stay P6. Round 8, we will head down under as we go to Australia for Bathurst for the next round of the championship. Round 9 will be Le Mans Bugatti, heading to France. Sadly not a 24-hour race, but we will be doing the Le Mans Bugatti circuit. Round 10 will be back in Britain for our first night race, and a back-to-back of night races. We'll be heading to Silverstone GP for round 10, and then straight after that we will be heading to Brands Hatch GP for a night race as well. That could be interesting. Brands Hatch at night, and also Silverstone at night in the middle of winter as well. So it's going to be a tricky race for sure. And then we finish off at Simplay's home, where we've always been every season, and we look forward to going back there again. Daytona will be the final race of the season, and I'll tell you what, if you're in a very powerful car towards the end of the season, the finale could be in your favor, aka Mercedes-Benz, anything like that. Aston Martin will be a great car to be in. But from what I can tell, this season is going to be about chassis. It's going to be about who can be consistent and patient, and what a season we have ahead of us. Matahimovic will be the man who will be defending his pro title. He has got returning drivers of myself on Unorthodox16. He's also got Big Boy Brazier returning back, a previous Pro-Am champion as well. We've also got Overtaker making another season back, and hopefully he can make the entire season as well, and we can see what he can do. Gary131 is feeling revitalized and ready for a new season. What can he do? And a rumor's going around in the car that he's in. He's looking very good in it. Can he then bring back his championship? Can he make it a 3-times champion and go on level pegging with Unorthodox16? We got also JM Grill coming up with also Little Leach, your current Pro-Am champion. He will be coming into the Pro as well, and he'll be partnered up with another champion as well. Who that will be, you'll have to see on the day, or keep an eye out on Discord or on Facebook to see any confirmations of teams, drivers and lineups. We've also got a new driver coming in, a guy called Richie. He has a reputation of being very, very fast on project cars too. I've raced him in previous leagues, and so have a few others. He's obviously gone straight from into the Pro, because we know what pace he can do. He can be a threat also, so keep an eye on that as well. We've also got the usuals of Sutty Apex, Peaceful Explosion, as we see there Max Mulder having a big moment there as he just keeps it out in the middle of the circuit, as we are coming down to the last few seconds here. And a reminder, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to being notified. as I'm just trying to get the chat up. As I see that Sim League has said some nice things there. Nice to see you guys in the chat. Give them a like and a follow as well. A few of these guys also are currently streaming live on their Twitch accounts. I believe Matovic is recording his POV. He is on board with the Gaming Welshman 5, so have a look at his Twitch account and see his perspective if you want to do so. Obviously keeping Simplay Motorsport running on YouTube, but have a look at on Twitch as well. PN Motorsport is also recording his POV as well to see what he is possibly doing, and I believe also Fury CBK might also be having a camera on board as well. So if you want to see all those angles, all those different perspectives, then please head over and have a look at those guys and also give them a follow. But more importantly, make sure you keep YouTube open. Make sure you stay here at Simplay Motorsport, where all the action is going to happen. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get behind your drivers. Let's see you supporting your drivers. Gary131 crossing the line, finishing the practice session there in P12 as Lucas Rock crosses the line and finishes P16. And we're waiting for Gavlar and Arjun. Gavlar is into the final corner now. And like I said, guys, just let people know. Let's get as many people in here as we can possibly can as we now go into qualifying. Guys, who do you think is going to take pole position here this evening? So Sim League Pro, nice to see you in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for the kind words as well. And we've got a few people in the chat. Guys, let's hear from you. Let's hear from all you guys in the chat. Keep me entertained. Who do you think is going to take pole position? Is it going to be a current championship leader, Matt Imovic? Or will it be Emo Guy, the man who's on a hunt, but by the looks of things, the man with the pace? You can't look anywhere else. Currently, it's Disco McDiscoface. Can he be the man to take pole position in the Ferraris? Or the Ferraris are looking strong, they're looking powerful. Can Peaceful or Gavlar do it? That is the question. Can any of the new guys, Gary131 or Max Moeller, guys, get your votes here. Let's hear you in the chat. Who are you supporting here? And obviously, we know that this man has got a big support, not just here in the UK. I had the opportunity of catching up with Fury over the weekend as we head to Thruxton to watch the British touring cars, and also we had a good catch up, we had a good discussion, and also I found out he's got quite a fan base over in America. So I know the Fury Massey might possibly be in the chat at some point, but Fury, what can he do tonight? Can he make sure he has enough fuel on board? That is the question. But who is going to be a man to set the pace? It's going to be Matt, who is going to be the first man to cross the line here at Simplay Motorsport. What can he do? That is the question. He needs to keep scoring decent points. He needs to keep this advantage over the other guys. Says Sim League Pro saying, I'm going for Matt in the chat. So there's one vote for Matt already. As he comes through the final chicane now. And he's coming towards the line now. What can he do on his lap time? It is an out lap, I believe, but it will be the first man to set a lap time here. As he comes down towards turn one, then let's do a lap with Matt Imovic. He goes towards turn one. He comes in and hits the apex beautifully, then launches it into turn two, making sure he doesn't run too much curb, but he has run a little bit wide. That's going to make it very difficult to get a good run through turn three. And he naturally lets the car run wide all the way out to the white line, doesn't quite touch it, and he goes and sits right next to the curb, taking as much as he possibly can, and into turn four he goes. We've got a yellow flag down in turn one as the car stopped, I'm not sure who. Go through turn four, towards turn five, you just see the car was not quite responding through turn four, so I believe it is Disco right behind him as well, so the man who's been setting the pace is right behind him. Through six, into seven we go. Matimovic, the number 55, can he get a good break in? He does, but he goes a little bit wide, but he does hit the apex. Another apex hit there, and he heads up towards the quick right-hander of 8. Just clipping the curb. Oh, the car might have just felt a little bit loose as it was unbalanced, but over the curb he goes, down the back straight towards the tricky hairpin. And as the car just got out of his way as well, so Matt's got a clear track all the way to the line. A little bit wiggle on exit there, over the curb, settle the car and try and get it all the way around. Patient through here, got to take your time on the throttle. He exits that corner and then towards the really tight section now, throws it into the chicane section and really needs to hit the brakes. Through the chicane he goes, avoiding the curbs there. Clips the other curve. Disco is right behind him. I think Disco's on a flyer into the final corner though. Your championship leader will set the pace, and it is going to be a lap time of a 1:46.4. Disco though comes towards the line. He doesn't set a lap time. That lap time was invalid, so he will not get the lap time on the board. So this will be the one. Peaceful Explosion also coming into the final section, but it is the number 13 of Fury towards the line. What does he do? He goes P2. He's 1.3 off the best at the minute. 51. Big Boy Brazier towards the line. What does he do? He goes P3. And I've got to try and keep on top. Lucas Roth comes towards the line. He doesn't improve. I know that's Welshie just behind. An Emo guy goes into P2. So Matt's lap time already is a good banker. And Peaceful goes P3 as well. So Matt's lap time already is an absolute stormer. He sets a good banker that everyone will have to chase into 23. That is Argent. He's in the McLaren. The 650S as towards the line he comes. And he doesn't set a lap time. So possibly an out lap for himself. Is at the number 16 of Rabbit Joe coming through the final corner now in the Porsche 911. What can he do? Has he put a lap time on the board? No. So all these guys either invalid lap times or just getting a lap together. Gary struggling through the chicane there, but he's got Monkey Boy right behind him. And I believe Monkey Boy is about to complete a lap. He's going to get a lovely tow off the Porsche 911 of Gary 131 as they head towards turn 1 now. Towards the line. Monkey Boy, no. Lap time invalid. So he won't be able to get that one done. Sati Apex into the final corner in the BMW. He's loving this car, absolutely loving it. The BMW M3 as he likes to call it, but it's actually the M6. Towards the line, doesn't set a lap time either. Forzy in the pits. Lucas Roth currently in the final few sections of the circuit. A 66 PN Motorsport, what can he do? No lap time on the board, and I believe Matt comes back towards the line. And he does, but Disco goes top of the table in the Ferrari, a 45.8. Matt, though, a good lap time from himself, has managed to get himself into the thick of it here. And that is what he needed to do. He needs to get himself in the fight. Couple of other guys coming through the final corners now. And again, I'm trying to find the right ones. Gavlar is in the first sector. 69 of Welshie's in the final corner. What can he do? Peaceful Explosion crosses the line as well. I think, nope. Welshie doesn't improve. The number 12 of Lucas Roth. He's towards the line. Does he put a lap time together? Yes, he goes P8 as it stands. And it's still Disco on top of the tables. 23, that's Argent. He's into the final corner, and then followed behind him is Rabbit Joe. And what does Argent do? He goes P8. Rabbit Joe into the final corner, though. Rabbit Joe, really good consistency this season. It was up there at the top. He was second in the championship for a while. He goes P7 as it stands. A yellow flag in the middle sector. That's the BMW of Sutty. He's had a spin as Monkey Boy now goes into the final corner. What can Monkey Boy do? He's got past Gary. He goes P7. Gary doesn't set a lap time yet and goes and follows the Bentley around the track as Gavlar is into the final chicane. Final corner, he comes. Has he put a lap time together? The 55 of Matimovic is also in that final corner. Can he find a bit more time? Emo guy currently P3 and 4/10 off the pace. Gavlar, no lap time. Matt in the final corner. And I believe that's the 27 of Disco pulling into the pits. Matt, does he find any more time? No. As Disco is into the pits, we have the 66 PN. He comes towards the line now. No lap time on the board. Sutty with the little spin. He has no lap time either. The 13 of, I believe that is Fury towards the line. He finds 2/10 and he matches Peaceful Explosion. He's 3/1000ths off of him at the current stage. Meanwhile, Emo Guy, he goes P2. Matt drops further down. So the top three separated by 2/10 as it stands. Peaceful finds a second. So Fury will have to find that extra second once again. Number 12, Lucas Roth in the final corner. What can he do in the Aston Martin? A great run out the final corner there towards the line. He doesn't improve, so he's unable to get a lap time on the board. 23, Argent is coming into the final sector. As Max Mulder and Smokey are still in the pits as the minute. But here comes Argent. Can he improve? He does and goes P9, goes ahead of Welshie. Now it's Rabbit Joe, 3 seconds off the pace currently. What can he do? Can he find a little bit more time? No, he stays P8. The 51 of Big Boy Brazier, 2.5 seconds off the pace. no improvement. So the top three all separated by a couple of seconds. Monkey Boy, he goes P5 and ahead of Fury. And Gary 131 gets a lap time on the board and he goes P8 ahead of the other Porsche 911 of Rabbit Joe. Gavlar in the Ferrari. All three Ferraris have been looking solid here this weekend at Catalunya. Can Gavlar find a good lap time? He goes P4. Top four separated by 0.3 of a second. This is close stuff from these guys. Matt towards the line. He goes back into P3. He goes ahead of Gavlar. Sorry, Gavlar wasn't already ahead, so Matt stays in P3. Sorry, getting a little bit ahead of myself there. Sutty Apex into the start-finish race. He goes P12. With Fury also, he finds a little bit more time and goes ahead of Monkey Boy. Everyone seems to be improving ever so slightly, as we still got 10.5 minutes left of this session. Fury back into the pits. Peaceful Explosion, no. He's on a lap time. Has he improved? No. He will stay P5 as it stands. The 27, I believe, of Disco, but Disco Face crossing the line. Yes, he is, to start another lap. He's been in the pits. And we have the 13. Sorry, 611. I'm not sure who that is. I wasn't sure who was coming down that back straight then. 22, Smoky Devil's on the other end of the circuit. It was Forzy, sorry. He goes up into P11 as it stands. And we've got Rabbit Joe in the final corner. It's quite difficult to read these numbers on the map. As Rabbit Joe goes up into P8, he finds a little bit more pace. Monkey Boy, probably the only one I can recognise because he's only got one number. Number 4 of Monkey Boy, can he improve? He finds some time, but he stays behind Fury. Gary 131, he doesn't improve, but he's obviously stayed on circuit, so he's finding a little bit more pace here and there. A lot of people with 2s in their name. I think it's the 22 of Smoky Devil has gone down the main straight. He has. With Matt coming across the line now, he hasn't improved neither. So all these guys just trying to find a few changes and adjustments just to make sure they find that extra couple of tenths. Welshie towards the line. Does he improve? No. Next thing you know, we've got a gaggle of cars behind Sutty Apex in the BMW. And right behind him as well is Emo Guy. He's getting a toe off him. And Emo Guy doesn't improve. And Sutty doesn't improve neither. 23. That is Argent. He doesn't improve and stays P13. So we got to that stale section of the qualifying session and no one seems to be improving. Disco though, the man who is on top of the table, can he improve? No, he stays on pole position for the moment, but he doesn't improve his lap time. Let's see that Lucas Roth goes into P13. And Forzy improved as well. He's P8. He goes ahead of Rabbit Joe there. And speaking of Rabbit Joe, he's in the final corner and he's lost a lot of time, but he goes straight into the pits. And he hit the wall as well, so these guys got to be cautious of that one. And we have the 31 of Gary 131 into the final corner, running that lovely blue, that lovely red and white livery. And no improvement for Gary either. It's just trying to know where cars are on track. 22, I think. It was Smoky Devil. He does go across the line. He goes P12. Gavlar, no improvement. He will stay in P4. P3 goes Matt as well. He stays there as well, so no improvement so far. Fury, has he found any more time? No, I believe that was an outlap also. So all these guys just trying to find those few extra tenths. Emo Guy, he's bailing out on this lap time as well, so he will go back to the pits. He still has time, 7 minutes here. There's a car off. 69, I believe that is Welshie. Yep, he's had a moment in the chicane. Has it got another car? 23, I believe that is of Argent. He goes towards the line. No improvement, stays 15th as it stands. I'm starting to realise and learn that a lot of people are running a lot of 20-something. 28 of Forzy. He goes into the final corner. What lap time is he going to produce? currently P8 as it stands, and he will stay P8 at the minute. 51. That's Big Boy Brazier. Has he found some time? No, he hasn't. So he will stay in that same position also. Guys, a reminder, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live so you do not miss any of the action here at Simplay Motorsport. And also make sure you tune in on Sunday night as we head to Australia for the final round of the F2 Championship. Unorthodox 16 has wrapped up the title. Gary does improve and goes up to P9, so he gets ahead of Rabbit Joe. So far, all three Porsches, bar Smoky Devil, who's just actually not too far behind, are going to be pretty much running along with one another. So they're not the quickest, but they seem to be quite balanced overall. Gavlar, no improvement. Fury's coming back on track. So like I said, a reminder, Sunday, 7:30 UK time, we will be live on YouTube for the final round of the F2 Championship in Australia. Unorthodox 16 has wrapped up the title, but now it's all depending on second and third place positions and all the other positions as well. But the teams is still up for grab. Prema and Carlin are going at it for the title. Who is going to be the one who comes out on top? That is the question, a feature and a sprint race for you guys to watch as Argent peels into the pits. Emo Guy in the final corner. And also keep out for news as well, as we will be getting a couple of special events going as well. And I definitely know that the Indy 500 will be confirmed. And also a reminder to the other drivers who are listening, you only have a couple of days until teams, cars and driver lineup is closed, and the admin team will randomly pick your name and a car and a teammate for you depending on the grid. So make sure you've got your team sorted, make sure you got your car picked all before the 18th of September, so you are primed and ready for season 7. Probably one of the best seasons that we are ever going to have at Simplay Motorsport. You do not want to miss a single round of that. As you look to the final corner, it's Gavlar towards the line. Smoky Devil, does he improve? He does. He goes P9. So pretty much all the Porsches are running next to each other. This is actually quite nice to see. My OCD there has just kicked in lovely there. Forzy, Smoky, Gary and Rabbit Joe all running, and Rabbit Joe, who was highest in the championship for a while of the Porsches, is actually at the back of the Porsches. It is Forzy now the leading Porsche. But the leading Ferrari, and the most important one at the minute, is Disco. He's currently top of the table, 45.8 for him at the minute. He peels back into the pits. If he gets straight back out, he might be able to get another lap time in as well. Gary 131, can he be king of the Porsches as he comes towards the line? He does not improve. He's 2/10 off of Forzy. He just needs to find 2/10 and he should be able to get himself in that fight. Meanwhile, Monkey Boy and Fury have got a close battle. They're currently separated by a couple of hundredths as well, so keep an eye on that fight. As you look to at the final corner, it is a Porsche, and it is a Rabbit Joe, the number 16, towards the line. What lap time is he going to produce, and is he going to be top Porsche? He does not, and he will stay low Porsche at the minute. 51, Big Boy Brazier. Only McLaren 720 as he comes towards the line. He doesn't improve. Martinovic, has he found a bit more time? No. Peaceful Explosion, I missed all this. Peaceful Explosion goes top of the table. We've literally just seen this. Peaceful is on pole position as it stands, and Disco is in the pits. Is he coming out? Not at this stage. Emo Guy, wow, we said the Ferraris were looking good. The question is, can Gavlar now get his lap time together? Smoky Devil's got a good lap time under him as well. He's gone P6. Is the track now starting to improve? That is the question. Fury and Monkey Boy under pressure here, and Smoky Devil has ruined the Porsche lineup here. So great lap time from himself there. We've all been too busy trying to keep up to date with what's going on here at Simplay Motorsport. We have missed the fact that Peaceful Explosion is at the top of the table. Argent towards the line. No, it's not Argent. It's 33 of Max Mulder. He goes P10 in the Audi. And PM Motorsport will not continue on. Gavlar doesn't improve either. He will stay in a P5, but so far it's Peaceful Explosion on top of the table. Gary 131, does he improve? No. 66 of Emo Guy, no improvement from him either. This has been a fantastic lap here from Peaceful. All we have to do is get the start right. That's where he seems to struggle, is starts of races. He gets up in trouble, but now he's got a perfect opportunity to try and disappear into the distance. Rabbit Joe exits the final corner, and does he improve his lap time? He does. He goes P9. So Forzy dropping down the order with him in the pits. There's a car coming towards the line. That is the 51. As Matt improves and goes ahead of Emo Guy, but it's not enough. Disco is done for this session. 12, that's Lucas Roth. He exits the final corner. He's got Argent right behind him as well. Lucas Roth, does he improve? No, but he will get another lap time in. Argent, no improvement either. And it is currently the man on pole position is Peaceful Explosion. Fury towards the line. Has he found a bit more pace? He has, but not enough. He stays at P7. Monkey Boy, can he find a bit more pace? No, he will stay P8 as it stands. So as these guys come towards the line, this is their last laps. Everyone is producing their last lap times. And the first man to come towards the line is Max Mulder. He's in the chicane. He's lost the rear. He's managed to catch it though. Peaceful's done, so it's now down to any of the other guys to try and take his pole position away. Max Mulder towards the line. He will stay P9, 26. That is Gavlar. He will stay P5. There's the 66 of Emo Guy. He's in the final corner. He's got Gary peeling into the pits. Has Emo Guy going to steal pole position right at the last second? No, he will stay P4 as it stands. We still got to wait from lap times for Fury and a few others. Matimovic is another one. He's stuck behind Big Boy Brazier, and I don't think he's going to improve his lap time here while he's stuck behind Big Boy Brazier. So as it stands, he go into the final chicane, and now bouncing all over curb. Matt is trying to find every single piece of 10th he can find, and he's given up. He's done, and into the pits he will go. Big Boy Brazier, does he improve? No, he will stay in P13. The man we want to keep an eye out for is Fury and Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy's returned back to the pits, so it's the number 23 of Argent. He's coming into the pits. It's down to Fury now. Where is Fury? He's in the final corner. What can he do? He runs a bit wide. Is this good enough to improve? He does improve, but doesn't go ahead Smoky Devil. But it's going to be Peaceful Explosion on pole position. I thought I wouldn't be saying that, but it is Peaceful Explosion on pole position. Wow. The Ferraris did look strong. They look very dominant here. And Peaceful has gone and put it on pole position, and he will have another Ferrari aligning alongside him as well. It will be Disco and Peaceful on the front row. These two in project cars have had a few ding-dongs between one another. Can they survive turn one here? As Mike Matthews in the chat doing a dab. I'm not feeling it tonight, says PN Motorsport, but hopefully he'll be feeling it when it comes to F2. As we're about to get underway here. So once again, Peaceful Explosion will start on pole position here, with Disco running alongside him on the front row also. He's also going to have Matimovic behind him with Emo Guy. So far, Ferrari dominate front row. Then it's Bentley second row. Row 3 will be Gavlar and Smoky Devil, with Ferrari and Porsche lying on that row, with row 4 being Fury and Monkey Boy, Lamborghini and Bentley. Row 5 is Max Mulder and Rabbit Joe with Audi and Porsche. Row 6 is all Porsche row with Forzy and Gary. Row 7 is Big Boy Brazier with the McLaren and the BMW with Sutty Apex in 14. 15, 16, row 8 will be the Aston Martin of Lucas Roth and the McLaren of Argent, as Max Mulder gives us a little wink with his lights. And bringing up the rear on row 9. No, row 8. I can't. yeah, row 9, sorry, will be Welshie in the Lamborghini and PN Motorsport in the Aston Martin V12. Disco in the chat just giving Peaceful a bit of congratulations on his pole position there, and what a lap time as well from Peaceful. That was a good lap, especially around this circuit as well. Circuit to Catalunya is a circuit that is very difficult to get right, and Peaceful's just gone and nailed it for this one. So guys, if you like what you see here, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. And you do not miss any of the action here at Simplay Motorsport. A reminder as well, Sunday night, I'll keep reminding you, it's the final race of the F2s at Australia. What can the Prema boys do? Can they stop Carlin winning the title? Can Gary and Big Boy Brazier get another win before the end of the season? Can Lucas Roth finish the race without running out of fuel? All these questions will be answered.
30 seconds.
But make sure also you tune in a week's time, as we will be back here at ACC for round 5, the penultimate round of the season, as we head to the Nürburgring, round 5 of the championship. Matt versus Emo at the minute. Who is going to be the one to come out on top? But more importantly, here at Simplay Motorsport, it is Peaceful Explosion on pole position. What can he do? That is the question. Max in the chat, I don't know how it works with your in this game is doing something. I hope it's good. Way to go, Peaceful, says Peaceful stepdad, as we are about to get underway for round 4 of the championship. It's an all Ferrari front row. We're not used to seeing Ferraris dominate the front row. It's always been a Red Bulls dominating the front row as the pack wiggle their way through the chicane. It is Peaceful on pole position, and I will get the camera sorted in a moment's time, guys. Don't you worry. Ferrari on the front row, Bentley on the second row. Are we going to get another new winner? Can Peaceful get a good start? These are all questions we will find out in a moment's time, as we are now green here at Barcelona, and Peaceful already with a terrible start, as going to get mullered by the pack, as that is that's Matt in the wall. As I'm trying to fix the camera here, guys, as that's Matinovic, he's in the wall, as Peaceful Explosion has dropped down right the order here. And Fury leads the way. Disco's touched the curb and he's gone round and in the wall. So already disaster for some of the guys. Matt is in the pits, some of them are in the pits. Forzy's in the pits, Argent's in the pits, all these guys are in the pits. PN makes a couple of places, but it's Fury who leads the way. He's gone very deep though, and everyone just getting caught out here by cold tyres, I reckon. And that's Peaceful Explosion back into the lead of this race. Fury down the inside of Gavlar. Gary 131 is up into P5. A great start from him. Also Smoky Devil P4 at the minute, and that's Peaceful, I think, having a wiggle. No, it's Gavlar. So Peaceful Explosion leads the way. He has a big wiggle, so does Fury. All these guys just trying to get their tyre temperatures in the right window. And there's Emo Guy going round. All sorts of chaos going on there. Sutty Apex in the middle of all that fight as well. Monkey Boy also. So there's chaos going up all the way down the grid. Big Boy Brazier is on the move. He's having a fight with Gary 131. Those guys have a fight week in, week out in the F2s. And it's Big Boy Brazier who comes undone there as Gary stays ahead of him. And Disco's on a recovery drive. Where is Matt? He is down the order. And more importantly, where is Emo Guy? Emo Guy is with him, and it looks like they've all got damage. 66 to PN, he's run wide. But it is, oh, as Fury has hit Peaceful round, that's hit Smoky round. Everyone's gone round, and it's Gavlar who comes out on front. And there's Gary 131 in the Porsche. He's going to go around the outside of the final corner. No, he doesn't. So Gavlar now leads the race. What absolute chaos here we have. Two Ferraris still leading this one. But we got Gary 131 and Fury going side by side. Fury right behind him as they go down into turn 1. And also Big Boy Brazier's made a couple of places, but Gary's hit him. Gary goes wide and just about stays on track, bouncing over the curb, but he manages to stay on track. Sutty Apex is in that fight. Anything can happen now, and the likes of Matt and Emo Guy can recover from this, because there's all sorts of chaos going on. Disco is slowly working his way back up the pack. So as Gavlar now leads this race, he's got a Peaceful Explosion in second, third is Fury, fourth is Smokey, then it's Gary, Big Boy Brazier, Sutty, and then pretty much everyone. Max Mulder, Rabbit Joe, everyone is involved in that as well. Loads of cars dropping to the back of the pack, and I think Lucas Ruff has had an issue with his wheel because he's dropped right to the back as well. There goes Disco, Disco's gone round, Max has gone round. And Matt getting caught up in all of that, but he's managed to negotiate his way through. So has Emo Guy. All sorts of chaos going on here. Cold tyres has really affected a lot of these guys as well. She just gets shoved out of the way ever so slightly there by the Bentley. But Gavlar leads this race and he's trying to extend his gap. Fury and all the rest of these guys just seem to have got into a kind of groove at this stage. Sutty holding up Monkey Boy and Big Boy Brazier as Matt has worked his way back up to 9th. He's got Rabbit Joe behind him. Emo Guy, Disco is on the inside of Welshie, and Max Mulder is just behind those as well. PM Motorsport 15th, 16th is Forzy, 17th is Argent, and he's gone round. And I think Lucas Ruff once again is having wheel problems. He's pulled over to the side. But Gavlar in the final corner, he's been hunted down by Peaceful Explosion. What absolute chaos here as Sim League Race says good luck to all. First lap chaos. JR saying good luck. Geez, stop shouting my guys out, says JR on Sim Racing. As I'm sorry, JR, but they've not had the start they would have wanted whatsoever. As Peaceful bounces over the curve there, and he's very slow, very, very slow, and that's allowed Fury and Smokey to get right on the back of him. Smokey's having a great race at the minute. He's currently P4 and is right on the back of Fury. Gary and Sutty also having a very good run here, considering these guys don't play ACC that much. They're up with them. As is Big Boy Brazier, but Peaceful very slow at the minute, and I'm not sure why, but he is holding up the rest of the pack. There's guys switching and changing constantly. Emo Guy and Disco with each other. Matt slowly on a recovery drive. He's managed to get past Monkey Boy. His next target is Big Boy Brazier. Can he clear him pretty quickly? This is going to be a set of cars that he needs to clear fast as he bounces over the curve. Sutty Apex, though, is the mobile chicane out of all this as they go through the long right-hander. Gary, meanwhile, is attacking. Who is that? That's Peaceful. He's had a moment as well. So Peaceful's had a moment and Gary was attacking him. So right now, as it stands, is Gavlar, Fury and Smoky Devil, your top 3 at the minute. The Peaceful Explosion P4, Gary P5, and Sutty Apex is the trolley train right now, and he's got a queue of cars behind him with Big Boy Brazier. Matthew, Sutty's touched the curb, he's gone round, he's kept together, and he's allowing all the cars through. And he jumps behind Monkey Boy now. Meanwhile, Gavlar with a 3.9 second gap. He has long gone into the distance with Fury quite a way behind him. He's 4.9, so he's actually extended his gap by an extra second just between the final sector. So Gavlar is checked out here, and Rabbit Joe in the background. He's had a moment. He's spun round, and into the gravel he goes. But Gavlar going through turn 3 now. As Fury's had a moment. That's allowed Smoky Devil through. So Smoky Devil now up into P2. The Porsche 911s are working their way through with Gary not too far behind the back of Fury. So it's all about who could stay on track. Max Mulder still trying to work his way through as Rabbit Joe looks like he's got damage and is trying to get himself back in this race. Forzy is now caught onto the back of PN Motorsport, but we go back to the Big Boy Brazier here, who's lost out to Matimovic. Matt is on a charge as he now extends point over Emo Guy, who is currently P10 at the minute, but he can recover from there. He just needs to get to the pit window. Peaceful Explosion on the back of Gary in 131. Can he find a way past as his car bouncing all over the place there? Really just seems to be struggling for grip by the list of things. As we see just ahead in the foreground, it is Fury looking like he's attacking Smokey, but he goes very wide there and actually loses more time to Smoky Devil. As the rest of the cars come following through, Monkey Boy nearly losing the rear and going round. Meanwhile, Sutty has got Disco, Emo Guy, and Max Mulder all breathing down his neck as well. And Welshie not too far behind them either, but still Gavlar long gone into the lead at the minute. He is well out in front with Smoky Devil P2. Fury, with his little mistake, is P3. Well, these guys got a decent gap. Meanwhile, Peaceful has got ahead of Gary. Gary and Matt are not teammates in this one. He's flashing him like mad. He's going to go down the inside, and Gary, I don't think he's going to fight this one. He's going to let Matt down the inside, as Gary actually hangs it strong on the outside, making Matt go the long way round. And Matt obviously having to work his way through. Peaceful just ahead of these two at the minute. Meanwhile, Big Boy Brazier has been done by Monkey Boy. So great little fight here between teammates in Project Cars. Gary now under pressure from his teammate on Project Cars of the Jaeger Motorsport pairing. As Matt's hit the back of Gary there. Caused the rear to loosen up there, and I think the internet is being a bit weird. So I'm going to start shutting some things off because I think my lag end. Obviously these guys won't get affected by the lag. As Matt's going to go around the outside of Gary 131. And he gets the job done there. So nicely done for Matt. He moves up another position. Just in the background now is Jamie of Big Boy Brazier and also Monkey Boy. They're trying to get onto the back of Gary 131 also. Disco and Emo Guy currently P9 and 10. They're trying to get themselves back into this race. Forzy slowly working his way through the pack. He's on the back of Welshie now. Can he find a way through him? Gavlar though leads a lap 5 here, lap 6 sorry. And Smoky Devil 6 seconds behind, so he's not really losing too much pace to him, but Fury is coming back. Peaceful Explosion also working his way onto the back of Fury. So all these guys now starting to get themselves into a groove. As they head towards turn 1, Peaceful Explosion looking to try and hunt and get on the back of the Lamborghini. Gary is still within touching distance of Matimovic right now. As is Monkey Boy, he's right on the back of Big Boy Brazier. And this is where AZZ tends to go a bit flat as the cars now start to extend the gaps between one another. It then starts to get a little bit boring for the viewers, but either way, we'll stick with it. As Monkey Boy looking to still find a way past on Big Boy Brazier, but can't seem to do so at the minute. Meanwhile, Emo Guy, the man who's trying to hunt down Matimovic, he is currently down in P10 at the minute. We'll make an interesting race with the leaders drop down the pack, says Sim League Pro. It will do. Let's see what they can do from this stage, especially Emo Guy and Disco and Max Mulder in the chat. I believe he's left the session. Well, nice first and last league race on this game for me. He didn't seem to enjoy ACC and he is backed out of this one, so at least he gave it a go. But Gavlar way out in front and extending that gap to Smoky Devil. Peaceful is really starting to catch the back of Fury now. It was 3.3 when they crossed the line last time. It's 1.9. Matt, on the other hand, starting to creep away from Gary. Big Boy's now getting on the back of him with Monkey Boy going with him. Disco is not too far behind. The Ferrari of Disco is on his way down to chase the leaders. JR will be liking that one. Emo Guy also trying to go with him. Sutty Apex currently in P11. Then there's this great scrap between Forzy and Welshie. Forzy has a great run out the final corner. He's trying to get the overlap towards turn 1, but it looks like the Lamborghini's just got a little bit more grunt in a straight line. Forzy, is he going to try and send it down into turn 1? He looks to do so, but he's going to get the nose in front. No, he doesn't. The Lamborghini just stays ahead for the moment. But can Forzy get a great run through turn 3? He's going to switch underneath the Lamborghini. Towards turn 4 they go. Hamilton, Rosberg start towards the corner they go, and Forzy isn't brave enough, and Welshie misses his brakes. He slides, he keeps on track, but he loses out to Forzy, and Forzy gets ahead of Welshie there, and the Lamborghini drops further back. Let's go back to the action further up ahead. Gary is managing to maintain the gap to Big Boy Brazier and Monkey Boy. This is the closest fight now. As you see, a car's gone wide. That is Fury. He has lost out to Peaceful Explosion, and Peaceful has been slowly working his way onto the back of him, and he has got Fury. Matt just seems to be losing a little bit more time to Peaceful here, and Gary's actually managing to stick with him at the minute, which is really probably helping him for pace, because he's able to stick with him and able to keep running, as that's another car that's gone off again. Is that Peaceful? It's a yellow, it's a car there. Yes, it is Peaceful. He's had a moment and he's gone round. So Peaceful Explosion got himself back up into the podium positions, and then he's dropped right down again as Fury has managed to get himself back in front. And I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know how, but the game just no and got error, says Max Mulder. And he says good luck to everyone as well. So a shame for that, Max, and we will see you in Project Cars soon. But Peaceful got himself up into P3, and now he's dropped himself right back down the order. So now that puts Matt up into P4. Gary, meanwhile, on the other hand, very slow through turn 4 there, and he's had a big moment. Gary's on the gravel. That's allowed Big Boy and Monkey Boy through. Disco's going to try and go right around the outside of Gary, 131. The Ferrari going side by side with him, and he gets the job done. And Disco clears another car, so that now allows him to get a little bit closer to the front. Meanwhile, Emo Guy just being a bit patient, looking after his car, I reckon, just so he can get to the pit window and repair the damages. Gavlar, though, with a decent gap, comfortable gap to Smokey Devil. And Smokey Devil himself has got a good, comfortable gap to Fury, who's now starting to become under pressure from Matt Imovic right now. So just behind him, we got Big Boy Brazier, Monkey Boy, and Disco all ready to go. So Gary just on the back of them. Peaceful again on a recovery drive. P9, Stutty Apex, P11, Forzy, P12. It's cleared Welshie. Welshie goes wide. Rabbit Joe, P14, and 15 is our PN Motorsport and Argent bringing up the rear. We go back to the front, where Big Boy Brazier might have to start thinking about defending, because he has got the Bentley of Monkey Boy, the Ferrari of Disco, and the Porsche of Gary 131 hunting him down. Also, Forzy onto the back of Stutty Apex here. They're going down towards turn 1. Forzy slowly been making his way through the order to try and get himself back into the top 10. Big Boy Brazier in that McLaren just seems to be struggling for overall pace at the minute. He's currently holding up a train of cars. Also, the man who seems to be struggling at the minute, he's in a good position at the minute, but Fury just doesn't seem to have the outright pace at this moment. So he's gone wide. That's allowed Forzy down the inside of turn 4, and that is job done for Forzy. He will be moving on to his next target, which will be Emo Guy. But anything can still happen in this race. Emo Guy going up towards the right-hander now. But meanwhile, Gavlar extending his gap, 8.3 ahead of Smokey Devil. Meanwhile, Fury is under immense pressure now from Matt Imovic. Slowly has Fury been losing out to Matt here. And Matt goes into the chicane. And I think Big Boy Brazier has lost the position to Monkey Boy. Is Monkey Boy about to try and extend? He goes a little bit wiggle there into the chicane, and Discos are going to try and get an advantage through Big Boy Brazier being slow. We go back towards Fury and Matt. Matt right on the rear wing of Fury as they go towards turn 1. Meanwhile, Disco also right on the back of Big Boy Brazier. But we go back to these guys. Fury defends for turn 1. Matt goes to the outside, and Fury's not going to make it easy for him whatsoever. Fury stays to the inside, and Matt goes down the inside of turn 2. They stay side by side, and a good clean race in between them. Meanwhile, Big Boy Brazier, Disco, they're going side by side. Also through turn 3. Who's going to come out on top? Fury stays out on top, and Big Boy also hangs in there. Great racing up and down the grid. Forzy has done Stutty Apex. Peaceful is on the back of Emo Guy now. Or Peaceful's lost out to Emo Guy. But Fury still under immense pressure here from Matt Imovic. Meanwhile, Disco McDisco Face is on the back of Big Boy Brazier. Gary's just in the back of all this, just keeping an eye, watching anything happens, and just pick up the paces if he needs to. Big boy Brazier, though, under immense pressure as they go through the right-hander. Fury, though, under pressure from Matt. Matt looks to the hairpin and thinks better of it. Nearly is the back of Fury as he cuts back to the outside of him. And Big boy Brazier also defending the hairpin as well as Disco looking to try and find a way past. All this racing. Oh, as Disco goes down the inside and gets the job done on Jamie there. Caught him napping and caught me napping as well. I was not expecting that move whatsoever. And Disco up another place on Big boy Brazier. He can now try and hunt under Monkey Boy. We go back to Fury and Matt. Matt is right on the rear wing once again of Fury. Fury defends the inside, not quite enough as Matt looking left and right. He's on the marbles at the minute, and Fury's just wanting to defend that inside as Matt goes to the outside. Can he get the job done? Oh, they make contact there, and Fury holds on to that third place as it stands. He runs a little bit wide through turn 3. Oh, clean behind as Matt tries to get the overlap as they go towards turn 4. And he sends it into turn 4. He just about gets it stopped, but Fury keeps it strong on the outside. He keeps his foot pinned. Is he going to keep it on the inside for the next corner as well? He will try and do so. Turn 5, and Fury stays in front of Matt. And Matt does the cutback though, but not quite alongside enough as Disco is already caught onto the back of Monkey Boy. Matt sends it down the inside, does a little bit optimistic through that corner. And Fury just hanging in there. This has just allowed Gavlar and Smoky Devil to just disappear. These two have long gone into the distance. These guys must be thinking that Christmas has come early. As Matt sends it into the hairpin. Is he going to go away with it? He doesn't quite make contact with Fury. Possibly a lot of cars with damage Sim League Pro. So a lot of these guys just trying to nurse their cars to the pit window, which I believe will open with 35 minutes left to go of the session. And Fury still under immense pressure here from Matt, but this is just allowing Monkey Boy, Disco, Big Boy Brazier and Gary all to come back in. So Fury is causing this big train, and Matt now having to just back off a little bit, probably just to rethink and strategize on how he's going to attack the Lamborghini once again. Monkey Boy though is now onto the back of him. Disco's lost a little bit of time here, as has Big Boy Brazier, and Gary 131 now starting to become under pressure from Emo Guy. Emo Guy has been quietly minding his own business here, and whatever damage he is carrying, he can possibly repair it and be ready for the final half of this stint. We will see how that pans out, but Fury still defending for his life as he's got Matahimovic breathing down his neck. We haven't seen him in a while, but we'll have a quick look at him. Gavlar with a 12-second gap over Smoky Devil, who's currently P2. Fury still under pressure from Matahimovic as they fight it out for P4, 3 and 4. And Monkey Boy now looking to get a little bit interested also, but Matt is running out of time here, running out of this situations. How can he get past the Lamborghini? They head to the right-hander. It's all happening behind Gavlar. It's all going to plan so far. Emo Guy has got Gary 131, so he gains another position as Matt comes to the hairpin once again, and he's right on the back of Fury. Not able to send it down the inside for the minute, but Disco now is looking a bit more interested in the Bentley of Monkey Boy. Where's Peaceful in all this? He's now caught onto the back of Gary 131, so he's still in this fight. But back to the top few guys as Fury's gone a little bit deep in the chicane. He runs wide. Matt's going to be interested in that one, but he's right on the rear wing at the worst time into the final corner. He's been a lot closer than that before, and Fury once again will just defend the inside. Matt will have to go the long way round and try and do it on the outside. As they go down towards turn 1, Fury holds the inside, Matt goes to the outside. They both hit the brakes and Fury just hangs in there. He gets a little bit loose on the rear, but he just hangs on to that position. Disco still trying to find a way past on Monkey Boy. Big Boy Brazier just off the pace of these guys at the minute. As Matt runs a little bit wide out towards the white line, he drifts. as they go through turn 4. And Matt's going to try and send it into turn 5, but he's not quite alongside enough. And it just seems like Fury and Matt just seems to be a level on braking. Matt can't seem to get the advantage in the braking zone. And over the curb does Matt go. He's trying to find any opportunity to find a way past Fury. And still, Monkey Boy's not quite getting onto the back of these guys. We thought Monkey Boy would be really interested in getting involved in this fight. There's a lot of debris in the earlier part of the circuit. And Matt Fury's gone very wide. He's gone very, very wide. That's going to allow Matt to go back through, and Fury slops himself between Matt and Monkey Boy. So Matt now up into P3. Fury making a big mistake there into the hairpin. He just misses his brake in, and that's allowed Matt through. And that's enough for Matt to go into P3. But what can the Lamborghini do in a straight line? It tends to be quite quick. As they now head towards turn 1. Meanwhile, Disco is closer than he's ever been to the back of the Bentley of Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy defends the inside. Disco's going to have to go the long way around or try and outsmart him here. He goes to the outside. Monkey Boy gives him room, but only just enough room. And Disco just getting right onto the back. He can't find a way through. He's looking to the outside, looking to the inside, but he can't seem to get the job done. Fury, meanwhile, is trying to come back at Matt here. But he's not quite close enough. I think Matt will now disappear. As Disco's got down the inside of turn 3. He's now going to go into turn 4. Monkey Boy's going to try and hang out on the outside, but loses out. Disco up another place. Can he clear Fury now? Big Boy Brazier not quite close enough to get involved. 5.1 behind his Emo guy, and I think he's carrying more damage than the guys around him at this precise stage. As they all go through the chicane there, and Monkey Boy taking a lot of curb there. He was really being brave on the curb there, as they all head towards the right-hander. Peaceful not able to quite get onto the back of Gary 131. And as I said, 35 minutes left of the session, and the pit window is open. Gavlar is into the chicane. Will he opt to come in relatively early and get his pit stop done? No, he's going to carry on and keep his pursuit of the lead. This Smoky Devil there makes a slight mistake, and actually Smoky Devil's actually gained time here on Gavlar. He was 12 seconds behind. He's only 6 seconds behind. Matt is also gaining time on Smoky Devil, and I think it's because of Arjit just holding him up. Matt straight into the pits, as is Fury. Disco stays out. It's probably a good idea. And the other 3 also staying out as well. Emo guy straight into the pits. Gary 131 has a little bit of a drift, but he comes into the pit also. Peaceful Explosion, he's bailing to the pits as well. So a lot of these guys, I reckon, are carrying the damage. Forzy, meanwhile, looks like a pretty clean Porsche. He will try and extend his stint and go as long as he possibly can. So a lot of guys into the pits. Will Matt be able to stop in his box? Fury into his. Matt into his. So no one has jumped the box so far. And there is as well Emo guy, all these guys into the pits. Peaceful as well. So Gavlar will carry on leading at the minute. He's got a comfortable gap of 8.5. Smoky Devil has finally cleared Argent. Meanwhile, Disco is ahead of Monkey Boy and Big Boy Brazier, who are having a great little scrap at the minute. And pretty much everybody else is coming to the pits, bar PN Motorsport. And that's an interesting one. So none of these guys are really going to get affected by any cars in their way. So everyone's pretty much pitting at the same time. So strategy-wise, everyone can keep going. So not a lot going on down the back straight because everyone's in the pits. We have movement as Fury's on his way out. Fury's already gone. So Fury's gone. Matt's now gone as well. Emo guy's still not able to go. Gary's already gone as well. So all these guys, don't think they're having to put fuel in. Oh, they haven't got damage, possibly. So Fury's actually jumped Matt in the pits. So all that hard work that Matt done will become undone as Gavlar goes into turn 1, and he's got to get through these guys, and they're going to have to get out of his way. Matt is going to have to get out of the way of Gavlar. but I believe the rules are Project Cars rules, so Matt doesn't necessarily have to get out of the way. Who else comes out of the pits? Emo guy comes out of the pits. He's got a fresh, clean car, so he can now try and hunt the leaders down. As is Peaceful. Sati Apex into the pits, and he will now leave the pits. Rabbit Joe and Arjun also in. So, Gavlar still leads this race with Smoky Devil in second, Disco in third, Big Boy Brazier is P4, but Monkey Boy and Forzy have both come into the pits. My question is, where is Forzy going to come out of all this? All these big guys coming into the pits. There's a lot of damage to cars, and he could possibly get himself in mid-pack, I reckon. Be interesting to see. Fury, though, has managed to get himself ahead of Matt in the pit stops. Matt currently P9. Gary's gone very wide. Emo Guy will be keen to try and clear Smoky Devil, but Smoky Devil is a lead car, so Emo Guy will have to stay behind him, really. As Gavlar into the final chicane he comes. Is that a car on the move? I believe it is. It was the 23? I keep thinking there's a 23, but there's not. There's Gavlar just in the background. He's into the pits, as is Smoky Devil. What is Disco going to do? Disco's put himself in quite a solid position at the minute. He's in a good chance of scoring some good points. Forzy's going to come out. Where is Fury? Fury's gone to turn 1, as has Matt. Gary is now into turn 1, and Forzy has jumped Gary and Emo Guy and Peaceful. And Monkey Boy as well. So Forzy has had an absolute epic stint here and has put himself relatively quite high up. So he possibly could jump Big Boy Brazier as well. Gary's on the attack of Forzy though, into the inside of turn 4. And Forzy would get the job done. Forzy obviously races Gary quite regularly in the F2, so we know how he races. And Monkey Boy just behind him as well. As the top 4 all in the pits. PM Motorsport also in the pits. Welshie's still yet to make his stop. So he'll be in the pits very soon, as Matt is already onto the back of Fury. We go back to the Forzy-Gary fight. Forzy's lost out to Monkey Boy and Gary, so all that hard work in the pits has just become undone. And he's been done by Gary and Monkey Boy. We are at the halfway mark as Sati Apex goes through turn 1, and Gavlar is on his way out. Fury is only now in the final sector. Gavlar is going to lose out here. Going to gain massively. Smoky Devil leaves as well, and we'll just wait for Disco and Big Boy Brazier. So Big Boy Brazier is done and on his way. Disco obviously repairing his damages, but he is going to be a very fast Ferrari. Big Boy Brazier, Fury going in the final chicane. Big Boy Brazier has got himself in the top 3 here. Jamie, once again, a good strategy for Jamie, has put himself in the top 3. So Jamie, being the quiet guy he is, has managed to just work his way up to the top, and Fury and Matt are still battling it out. Matt has got the run on Fury. Who's going to be the bravest on the brakes is going to be Matt down the inside. He pushes Fury. Fury holds it strong now, and he pushes it back. Matt's going to go down the inside for turn 3. They make contact. Fury one's ride. Disco is now going to be freed, but he's behind a few of the guys as well. So he's going to be behind the likes of Emo Guy and Forzy, I think. Number 11, that is Peaceful, so he's lost big time here. He's even going to lose out to Welshie, but Welshie still needs pit. But Fury has lost out to Matimovic here as Matt works his way through. But once again, strategy has been working out for some of the drivers, and it's worked out for this man. Big Boy Brazier is up into P3. So Gavlar leads the way after the pit stops, with Smoky Devil in a secure second. But the man who's on the move is Big Boy Brazier. He is P3 and is trying to hunt down Smoky Devil. That's P4. P5 is Fury. These two have had a ding-dong throughout the race, and Gary 131 has been working his way up, so he's P6. P7 is Monkey Boy just behind him. Emo Guy is P8, and Forzy just keeps dropping down the order. He's now 9th. 10th is Peaceful Explosion, and we are now just waiting on a Welshie to come into the pits. Disco is P12. 13 is PM Motorsport. 14 is Sati Apex. 15 is Rabbit Joe, and Arjun brings up the rear. And once again, it's just spread out ever so slightly here, as Welshie will allow Disco through. There he goes. Welshie knows he has to pit anyway, so into the pits he'll go. But he's missed his brakes, and instead of trying to hit Disco, he tries to avoid him and goes past into the hairpin he goes. Forsey now starting to become a little bit more under pressure from Peaceful. Peaceful looks a bit loose on the rear there. Can he get on to the back of Forsey? 1.6 off the back as it stands. As well, she should be coming into the pits. No, he's gonna push it. He's gonna try and get one more lap in. And I think that was a mistake. He should have been into the pits that lap. Gavlar's in the final sector. Smoky Devil is now going up to the top of the hill, while Big Boy Brazier is just not too far behind him. But at the minute, Matimovic will not be on the podium, so he's going to be having an ACC race where he's not on top. Fury's under pressure from Argent, but nope, sorry, I think Argent was just being cleared by Fury. As Monkey Boy is right on the rear wing of Gary 131. Is he going to have a want to go down the inside and find a way past him? So now head into the hairpin. Monkey Boy's looking down the inside. Is he going to be brave? He gets the job done and he gets ahead of Gary 131. So Gary drops down another position. Meanwhile, back to the front, Gavlar with a very healthy lever, 17.9 seconds ahead of Smoky Devil. P3 is Big Boy Brazier, and he is on the hunt for Monkey Boy, for Smoky Devil. At the minute, the top two have got a good start, and once the start had ended, they had been disappeared into the distance. So right now, there's not really much the rest of the guys could do. Big Boy Brazier has really worked the strategy brilliantly here. And I don't think he's repaired damage. He's just done the pit stop, gone out, and then come back out on track. So Big Boy Brazier done a brilliant job in the pit stops. Matt is currently P4, and he's dropped Fury now. Fury's P5. Monkey Boy has dropped Gary, but Gary's been trying to stick with him in P7. Emo Guy P8, and he is working his way up. He's slowly trying to catch onto the back of Gary 131 and Monkey Boy. Forsey, a great stint again, allowing him to go a little bit longer. He did jump a few cars, but he got caught up in a little bit of incidences. The pit window is now closed, and Welshie is going to carry on through. He is going to get a penalty because he hasn't applied to the rules. He may have pitted earlier on, but he has not complied with the rules. Peaceful Explosion, the man who was on pole position, just threw it all away at the start of the race, just went backwards and is now in P10 and is struggling to get on the back of Forsey. P11, also a man on the front row with Peaceful Explosion. It was Disco McDisco Face, caught up in all sorts of drama and troubles. He is in P11. Welshie P12 with PN Motorsport currently 13. 14 is Sati Apex. Rabbit Joe in 15th, and bringing up the rear is Argent. And a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure you tune in on Sunday night, as we will be live for the final round of the F2 Championship. Unorthodox Dub 16 has wrapped the title up and can no longer be beaten in the F2s. It is now a fight for the Constructors Championship between Carlin and Pramer. Can Jamie and Big Boy Brazier, can Big Boy Brazier and PN Motorsport both go and try and take the Constructors away from Carlin of Unorthodox Dub 16 and Lucas Roth? That is the question. Make sure you tune in at 7:30 p.m. UK time on Sunday night for the F2s and see who will come out on top at Melbourne, Australia. And also, if you haven't done so, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell if you are new. Let's give the race leader a little bit of airtime. And please do so. Get involved if you also want to be a part of the action here at Simplay Motorsport. We're always looking for people to give a hand out as well. So if you want to get involved in the commentary, you're more than welcome to drop me a message, or Matt also a message, and get yourselves involved in commentating. We're always looking for more people to get involved, and there's always nice chatting to people also in the chat. So if you are interested, drop myself a message. Either on Discord, which is Dan_Unorthodox 16, or head over to Matt Imovic or Matthew Duffin in Discord. If you're interested in commentating, we're also looking for stewards as well to steward the racing as well. So you can come and look at footage and look at incidences and decide between a group of other people as well whether or not they should be penalised for that. And also, we're always looking for people to help us out here at Simplay Motorsport, whether you help run the leagues, run sessions, practice sessions, please drop a message in the Discord if you are running a practice session. Get people involved, whether if it's ACC, Project Cars, F1, whatever it is. As Peaceful's had a big moment and into the wall he goes. We are a community of one, and we all want to be at racing together. This is what we love. This is what we do. This is our passion, and let's do it together in this great community. Also, a reminder to all the guys in Season 7 that the sign-up sheets have now come to an end, and also you have until the 18th of September to get car, team, and driver lineup confirmed. If you do not get them confirmed, the admin team will pick a random car, a random teammate, and a random livery and team name. So make sure you are all sorted for the season. There will be no mistakes. There will be no ifs, no buts, or whatever. You'll get whatever you are given. And also a reminder as well to read the rules and regulations that are posted in the Discord. And if you're not a part of the Discord, then get yourself downloaded. It's a free app. Get yourself signed up. One of us will give you the code, and we will get you into the chat. As Emo Guy has actually cleared Gary 131 by the looks of things. So he is on the move. He is looking to try catch now on Monkey Boy, who isn't actually too far ahead of him. And also, we have got a Facebook page as well. So head to the Facebook page, have a look on that as well. And if you do want to see any of the drivers' perspective, when you're in the Discord, have a look at the driver streams as well, because they will be broadcasting their footage, as Matimovic is one of those guys who will be broadcasting them. As Gary has got a drive-through penalty for track limits, he will have to come into the pit and serve that drive-through within 3 laps time. Matt, looking a bit sideways there. If you want to see his perspective, then head over to Twitch. The Gaming Welshman 5 is his Twitch name, and he will be streaming it live from his perspective. Also, another man that I know for sure will definitely be streaming is this man. You just want to follow him just for the sound of the Aston Martin V12. PM Motorsport is also live on Twitch. He's also live on F2 as well, as is myself and a few other guys on F2 as well. So make sure you have a look at their streams as well, and their names will be obviously aired on the channel as well. So there's plenty of things to do here at Simplay Motorsport. And also, I want to say a massive thank you to our sponsors as well, designed by Manchester, C Leach Designs, and also Audio Sport, who also provide the trophies that are provided in the season that we run for GT3's Pro and Pro-Am. And have a look at their websites, which I believe all of them are in the description, I believe. If not, then I will have to double check that one. Disco, by the list of things, has got ahead of Forzy, and Forzy now moves up a place as Gary 131 has now cleared his drive-through. But as it stands, Catalunya is coming to an end here. We've only got 20 minutes left to go, and this man has had it so easy so far. 14.9 ahead of the rest of the pack. And Smoky Devil himself has had it relatively smooth going as well. He hasn't had any issues. He's a little bit on the curb there, but he's been fast, he's been consistent, and he stayed with Gavlar as the lead to carry on. Big Boy Brazier, though, is trying to hunt him down towards the end here. Can he do so? Matt, on the other hand, has not got the pace to try and catch the leaders as it stands. And Fury's properly dropped off Matt's pace, so he will just have to deal with P5. Monkey Boy, though, is starting to become under pressure from Emo Guy. He's now starting to cut that gap down. As Sati's had a spin. He's in the middle of the track. He's going to have to try and get out of the way as quickly as he possibly can, because the leaders are coming through, and he has done so. As Big Boy Brazier probably didn't want him in the middle of the circuit, as he was on his hunt to try and catch Smoky Devil, as Sati Apex now gets himself back on track, and probably wishing he'd never picked the B&W. Meanwhile, Peaceful is actually starting to come under pressure from Disco. Disco starting to catch him up. This will be for P8. Emo Guy has actually lost a little bit of time to Monkey Boy by the looks of things. That's Big Boy Brazier now has got a lot closer to the back of Smoky Devil. It's only 1.6 now between them. As Gavlar's in a little bit of traffic, he needs to get past Argent. Can't do it at the minute. Argent goes straight on by the list of things and allows Gavlar through. But Big Boy Brazier now is pressurizing Smoky Devil. We got a car in the pit. That is Forzy. Has he had to pit for fuel? Has he had to pit for damage? That is the question. But Smoky Devil now is under pressure from Big Boy Brazier. PN bounces over the curb there. Match just matching PN at the minute as Argent's back into the pits again. Fury is currently off the pace, but Emo Guy, again, he just seems to be ebbing and flowing between the lap times between him and Monkey Boy. Disco has gone very wide through the right-hander there, and he's going to lose some time to Peaceful Explosion. So right now, what's going to be helping Jamie is the fact that Smoky Devil is now catched up to the back of PN Motorsport. This is traffic for him, and Smoky Devil will want this traffic to get out his way as quickly as he possibly can. PN Motorsport lifts it and allows him through. Big Boy Brazier is now catching his teammate in F2. Will Big Boy Brazier get past him relatively quick and easy? And PN Motorsport is going to go wide, and that's going to allow Big Boy through. So no hold up there for Jamie. He goes through. Emo Guy is now 3/10, and Monkey Boy goes wide. And around the outside is Emo Guy. Can he get the job done? He's going to try and hold it strong. And he can't do so. So Emo Guy will have to cut back underneath. And is unable to find a way through. And there we go. He just goes too deep, and that is it. Emo Guy goes wide and loses valuable time to a Monkey Boy. We go back to Smoky Devil and Big Boy Brazier. And again, that has just managed to just stay at 1.6. So Smoky does gain a little bit more time over him. Forzy, meanwhile, out the pits, is on the back of Sutty Apex. He's looking to try and find a way through. Meanwhile, Gavlar once again laps another car and extends his lead. He now starts lap 24 here. And what a race Gavlar has done. Guys, get your votes in for driver of the day. Just a name in the chat will do. These guys have put on an epic show for you guys. Disco says so much damage, that's why he took so long in the pits earlier on. Obviously I haven't had the chat flowing as much in the comments as Forzy still trying to look for a way past Sutty. But more importantly, Emo Guy is right on the back of Monkey Boy as they go into the final corner now. Can he find a way through? That is the question. Bentley versus Bentley, and I think that what else is going to be quite nice. At the minute, we ain't going to have a Bentley on the podium as it stands. But Matt is actually catching Disco and Smokey and Big Boy relatively quickly now. So Matt suddenly got the fire up his backside, and now he's trying to catch the leaders again. But meanwhile, we're watching Emo Guy versus Monkey Boy. There's also Fury, Sutty and Forzy are going at it. Forzy going for the undercut there, and he gets jobbed up, but he bounces over the curb, and he's not going to quite get the overlap. As Emo Guy doesn't quite get in front of Monkey Boy either, as Sutty really struggling with the rear there. We go to the right-hander. Forzy would get a lovely toe off the back of the BMW. There's Fury just behind them. He'll want them to move out of his way relatively quickly. And Forzy going to the outside. He could try and do the undercut on Sutty Apex. Sutty goes wide. Forzy gets that job done. Let's go back to Emo Guy and Monkey Boy. They're close. Emo Guy still can't find a way past the Bentley. Equal cars, and he can't seem to find a way past. Only slightly different in setup. Big Boy Brazier is doing 4/10 of Smoky Devil. So Smoky Devil now, the last couple of minutes of this session, he's now coming under pressure from the McLaren and also the Bentley of Matahimovic. I may have just cursed him now by saying there hasn't been a Bentley on the podium, and at the winner, Matt is on his way back to try and drag the Bentley back on the podium. But meanwhile, Big Boy Brazier is looking to try and make a move on Smoky Devil if he possibly can. Much better on the brakes there. We go back to Emo Guy and Big Boy Monkey Boy. The reason I keep saying Big Boy and Monkey Boy is because they've both got boy in the name. Emo, no opportunity there presented to him. Now, Jamie, what can he do about Smoky Devil? As Sim League for driver of the day says either Big Boy or Matt for driver of the day. I'm gonna have to look to this man. He's just been absolutely on it. Gavlar drove really well this evening, as Emo Guy is looking to try and make a move on Monkey Boy once again, but can't seem to find a way through. He gets within a couple of tenths, and that is it, gone. Smoky Devil, though, has really held up Big Boy Brazier, and Matt has got involved. He wants to part of the action. He wants to get on the podium. Going to be a good battle for podiums. It is indeed Sim League Pro, as we go down to the wire here, as we have got less than 12 minutes left of this session, and Smoky Devil has had it relatively easy in P2 for such a long time, and he's now got Big Boy Brazier and Matahimovic hunting him down. Can Smoky Devil hang on for 11 minutes? That is the question. Matt's got very deep into turn one, goes very sideways and nearly hits the back of Big Boy Brazier. That could end it in a disaster. Emo Guy's had a great run, but I also think Big Boy, no, thought Big Boy had a great run through turn three, but Emo Guy has had the run out the final corner. He's in the slipstream, but he just doesn't seem to have the overall straight line speed. He's going to try it down the inside. Just ahead of him is a couple of cars racing as well. That's Forzy, I think, overtaking Sutty Apex. Down the inside goes Emo Guy. Is he going to get the job done? Monkey Boy's going to try and stay strong on the outside of turn two. He'll have the inside of turn three. Emo Guy's going to try and stay on the outside of turn three. He's going to have to try and muscle his way around, and he gets the job done. Emo Guy up another position. So Emo Guy goes a little bit deep into turn four, but he gets it stopped and managed to get around. We go back to these three, as they're having a great little scrap, but also Forzy and Sutty are in the middle of a scrap also. So Sutty had to lift, I think, for Forzy there, and he's got Fury right behind him, and he wants Fury to clear him pretty quickly. Oh, Smoky Devil's had a mistake. He's dropped the rear, and that's allowed Matt and Big Boy Brazier back through. Smoky Devil, you just had to survive for 10 more minutes, and you could have had a podium, but it's just slipped through your fingers here. And now it's Big Boy Brazier versus Matahimovic, but Smoky can come back. He just needs to kind of clean his tyres, get himself back in the zone, and try and get on the back of him. Fury, meanwhile, has been trying to clear Sutty, and has allowed Emo Guy to get back on him. So Fury has lost out to Emo Guy on time, and Emo Guy is able to try and attack him. Sutty Apex has really caused Fury some pain there. Back for the fight for the podium, and now it's Big Boy Brazier versus Matt for second and third place positions. Gavlar, meanwhile, these guys are in sector one. Gavlar isn't actually too far ahead. It looks like he's had a mistake somewhere. He's only got a 13.7 gap, so these two have slowly been working their way actually to Gavlar. Now what will Matt be thinking? Will he be thinking a championship? Well, he's going to send it down the inside of Big Boy. Didn't quite get the job done, so Jamie just needs to be struggling here. If these two keep battling too much, then Smoky Devil will be able to get himself involved. As you now go through at the right-hander, Matt working his way through the order and smashing himself back on the podium. Is he going to try and send it on Big Boy Brazier into the hairpin? He goes down the inside. Jamie gives him room, and he bounces way over the curb, and he loses traction. Meanwhile, Big Boy will stick it on the outside. Well, Matt has to go the long way around, and Matt is unable to get the job done. Rabbit Joe, though, on the back of Welshie, as Welshie goes a little bit wide. We go back to these two. Yeah, great race for Gavlar too, though I like to choose non-P1, says Sim League Pro. You got to pick one, though. You got to pick one. And at the minute, Matt and Big Boy are going at it for second place. And if these two come together, then Smoky Devil isn't a million miles away behind. Matt is going to go down the inside. Jamie's going to try and hang it strong around the outside. And Matt gets the job done into the first corner. He goes very deep, though. Jamie's going to come back around the outside of turn two. He's going to be on the inside of turn three. And Big Boy Brazier goes back in front, and like I said, he's too busy squabbling with one another. It's going to allow Smoky Devil to get a little bit closer again. Is Matt going to try and send it into turn 4? No, he thinks better of it as Jamie gets the car, stops, and around the corner he goes. Emo Guy has got ahead of Fury. And now Monkey Boy is looking to make a move on Fury. Fury on the outside of turn 1, over the curb of turn 2. Sounds like he's really struggling there to get the power down. Monkey Boy around the outside he goes. Can he get the job done? Meanwhile, Big Boy is still pressurized by Matt. Smoky Devil is coming back at them. And Monkey Boy down the inside of Fury. And Fury's going to run wide. That's going to allow the Bentley through. And through goes Monkey Boy. Back to second and third and fourth, because Smoky Devil has actually dragged himself back into this. As Matt tries to send it down the inside. A Big Boy Brazier runs a little bit wide all over the curb there. And Matimovic also just trying to take advantages where he possibly can. So now come into the chicane. Big Boy Brazier is really holding Matt up now. He's really got Smoky Devil breathing down his neck once again. So Smoky Devil's getting himself back involved into this fight. Smoky Devil's got to give him a shout out for his driving tonight. He's been fantastic here at Catalunya. Matt seems to be better in a straight line than Big Boy Brazier. Matt's going to have to try and go down the inside of turn 1. It's going to have to be very late on the brakes. He tries again. Is he going to get it stopped this time? He does. And that is Matt up into second place position. There's nothing Jamie can do now. Matt goes up another place, and that is Matt up into P2. He's not going to win the race because Gavlar has got a comfortable lead. He is 5 minutes away, or less than 6 minutes away, of winning his first race here at Simplay Motorsport. He's not got long left to go. Matt currently P2. Big Boy Brazier will have to concede P3 now, possibly, unless he has something left in the tank to come back. Emo Guy probably won't catch Smoky Devil now. Fury's dropped behind Monkey Boy. Disco P8, Peaceful P9, Gary's currently P10, 11 is Rabbit Joe, Welshie 12, Forzy 13th, PN is 14th. Sutty Apex dropping down to 15th. We'll go back to these guys because this is actually the closest fight on track. As it's Fury sending it on Monkey Boy, gets right onto the back bumper of Monkey Boy there. Couldn't be any closer if he tried. He ended up in the boot of the Bentley. He's really sending it through the chicane there as Monkey Boy runs wide. Now Fury runs wide as well. Forzy watching this behind and just hoping he doesn't get tangled up in this. Meanwhile, Matt now seems to have found a comfortable gap over Big Boy. Smoky Devil's not really attacking Big Boy either. So that fight seemed to have equalized. Neutralized. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. But what can I say about this man? He was given the opportunity right at the start of the race. Just a reminder, Gavlar, if you are watching the stream right now, I just need to make sure that your party settings have changed to always allow a voice to be shared so that we are able to hear you in the party. But Gavlar is possibly on his way to get his first win here at Simplay Motorsport, ahead of 2 champions, let's be honest. Man who is currently the F1 Pro champion at the minute, and also previous Pro-Am champion Matimovic in second, and a previous Pro-Am champion of Big Boy Brazier in P3 as well. So Gavlar is not just beating some of the best guys here, but he's also beating some of the best at their game here at Simplay Motorsport. Smoky Devil currently P4, and he's had a fantastic drive tonight. Very, very good drive from himself. He's been able to get himself through the carnage of lap 1 and managed to keep himself in P2 for such a long time. But he's managing to lose out to these two who have, again, played a very good recovery game from those guys. Imagai P5 is probably best he could do tonight, and he's just not had the luck this evening, just having the damage and trying to work his way through the pack. P5, nonetheless, is a good recovery after the chaos of the first couple of laps. Monkey Boy, once again, he's in P6, he's scoring good points for himself, and he'll put himself back up the order in the championship. And Fury just seems to be work on his setups because he just seems to be a little bit loose and is unable to really work his Lamborghini at its best. Disco and Peaceful, what can I say? Both these guys starting on the front row, and both these guys getting swallowed up by the pack. Both showing very good chance of a good pace here, and have just let it just slip through their fingers. Gary 131, first appearance in ACC. He hates this game with a passion, but still, he's going to come home in the top 10 in his Porsche 911. Rabbit Joe, a round he'll want to forget after a good couple of rounds he had previously at first couple of rounds of the season. Forzy, again, another man who would just like to forget Catalunya and move away and head to Australia for the final race of the F2s. Welshie in P30, just having it sideways. He is going to drop to the back of the order as PM Motorsport will get 14, and Slutty Apex, I believe, will bring up those positions as well. And guys, get your votes in the chat of driver of the day. I sadly can't do a poll because I'm not logged in on the Simplay channel, as the gaps have now equalised. They've neutralised, and Matt and Big Boy Brazier Smoky Devil are still actually quite close to one another. One of these two, if one of these three make a mistake, then an opportunity may arise for one of them. Smoky Devil really has nothing to lose, neither does Big Boy Brazier. Matt has a championship to think of, but he will extend his championship point gap over Emo Guy. Emo Guy, once again, will be a man who wants to forget this round. And move on to the next round of the championship. Will be in a week's time, which is at the Nürburgring. So make sure you tune in for that one. As Gavlar exits the final corner, and he will start his final lap here at Simplay Motorsport. He is on his way to possibly win his first race here at Simplay Motorsport. I really don't want to curse him right now, so I'm going to shut up. But he is on his way. What a drive this man has had. He has stayed out of trouble. He has got the points he needed. And he is looking like he is on his way to get his first win. A new winner here at Simplay Motorsport. A new rising star here. As I am trying to find the points table, so when it does load up, I will know the points system. As Gavlar now comes into the final sector. I have now found him. Gavlar, what a man, what a drive from him. He has been epic here. Matt has now definitely extended the gap to Big Boy Brazier. Smokey's not going to really challenge him either. This is all the lineup now. It is Gavlar who's going to come into the final sector now. Gavlar will finally become a winner here. He comes through the final few sectors now. It's Gavlar into the final corner. He will win his first ever win here at Simplay Motorsport. Gavlar takes the win. And what a drive from this man. He has done an epic show here tonight. Matt, with a great recovery, will take P2 in the Bentley. And P3 will go the way of Big Boy Brazier. He will take that position. Smoky Devil will come home in P4. And what could have been for him? He should have been on the podium, but he just made that mistake towards the end. Emo Guy will come home for P5. And a good drive, good recovery from him. And Gavlar, though, man, on top here this evening. Get your votes in on driver of the day. Emo Guy will come home for P5. He probably wish he had more to give on that one. As Monkey Boy now comes into the final quarter, he will take P6. P7 will go the way of Fury. Forzy will cross the line P11, and he has got Rabbit Joe right behind him, so he takes P12. Disco will come home in 8th, and he's in a sandwich between Welshie and Sutty Apex, with still good points for Disco. They come across the line, as it will be, I think, PN Motorsport to be the last one to cross the line. No, he'll come across the line. It will be Gary 131 who will come home in P10. But it is Gavlar, your winner here tonight. And I will just get the top 3 now into the party so we can have a quick word with them. Apologies for the the screen right now, but we are just getting the top guys in. Matt should already be in, so we should be able to just get into the party. And I don't seem to have Gavlar as my friend list. So Gavlar, if you can find me on PlayStation, add me as a friend, that'd be fantastic. As like I said, Gavlar is your race winner. I didn't even add them to the party, so that's genius, Dan. Brilliant stuff there. As Jamie's going to invite, Matt should already be in the chat as well. As the tables, I believe, have been updated. I'll just do a quick refresh just to make sure they have done so. As Matt's into the party. Matt, if you've got Gavlar as a friend, can you just invite him into the party or do it through the recently played, because I don't seem to have him as a friend. That would be smashing. As we've got Big Boy Brazier in the chat as well. And the tables have been updated, and it is Matimovic who leads the way. He is now on 90 points. He has a 34.
Sorry, just ignore everything there. Not sure what's going off with Keegs' number.
Yeah, I'm not
so just
worried
give
about
me 2
Keegs.
seconds.
Not too worried about Keegs. Matt leads the way. He is currently on 90 points with Emo Guy in second. Forzy has lost out to Monkey Boy and Gavlar. Gavlar is now P3. From what I can figure out, because it's not synced itself. So he's P3, P4 will go Monkey Boy, P5 will be Forzy. As we do get Gavlar in as well, and for some reason my app's been a bit funny, so I'm going to leave that. But Matt still leads the way with quite a healthy lead, as we do have the top 3 in with us at the minute. And we'll start with Big Boy Brazier. Jamie, a night where it didn't seem like it was going to be a good start for you in the race, but you seem to pull out a fantastic strategy with the pit stop and get yourself to jump a lot of the drivers. But nonetheless, a quiet race for yourself, and good to be back on the podium again. A great little scrap with Matt at the end also.
Yeah, it was a good scrap with Matt and a good scrap with Smokey as well. Yeah, so I didn't expect this podium. I've done a total of 0 laps in testing because I haven't been feeling well. So I only got the setup just before we started, and then qualified 13th, and yeah, it didn't look too good. And then so there was a five car battle in front, and so when I went into the pits, I just didn't fix my damage. So, and I just managed to jump everyone, and I don't know whether anyone else put fuel in, but all I did was come in, change my tyres, and I was gone again.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just before we get back to you, Jamie, if Gabler, you are listening to me at the minute, just on your party settings, just make sure that your voice is set to always allow, so we are able to hear you later on when we come to you. Jamie, the first couple of laps, everybody seemed to be struggling with tyre temperature. I think some of the boys were telling me before the session began, tyre temp was really low, especially here at Catalunya. Was that something that you struggled with as well? And how did you manage to negotiate all the chaos that was going on? Because it looked like everyone was just off left, right, and centre.
Yeah, so it was a bit of carnage. A couple of opening laps, I just kind of had to pick my gap and just go for it. And like with the tyre pressures, I just kind of did what I did at Paul Ricard, and not push the car too hard, just go at my own pace. So I had Matt come up behind me. I think that was about midway through the first stint, and I just let he was just too quick, and I just thought, no, I'm just gonna let him go, because I don't want to fight him and ruin my tyres.
Obviously, towards the end there, Smoky Devil was just struggling, and Gablar was already gone into the distance. But either way, you worked your way back up. Do you think that damage towards the end is what stopped you from taking that P2, and that's what allowed Matt to get you at the end?
No, I think even with that, the damage, I think Matt would have been too quick. I was trying to shout, because Beth was in PN's chat. I was trying to see whether Matt would defend, because I thought Smokey was a bit quicker from me, but so when he kept trying to send it at one of the hairpins, I thought, nope, he hasn't listened.
Well, either way, mate, congratulations on P3. Obviously,
that's not the word here, Jamie.
we go to, obviously, this weekend will be the final race of F2. Yourself and PN are still winning Constructors Championship. A quick word on that. What can you do out in Australia? Are you looking to try and take a win before the end of the season?
Trying to take two race wins. I nearly took 2 race wins at Japan, but from a mistake from myself. But yeah, I'm looking for a double win and just seeing out F2 in style.
Well, nonetheless, mate, congratulations on the P3 tonight, and we will see you on Sunday night as we now move on to Matt. And Matt, just before the night began, you weren't looking too confident, you weren't feeling too strong about this track, but either way, you're on top of the rest of the group, other than Gavlar, who has long gone into the distance. But P2, you've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, happy with that. I'm not a big Catalunya fan. Don't matter what the game is, don't matter what the cars are, I'm not a Catalunya fan. I think the track is great to watch racing at, but in terms of driving, it doesn't suit the way I drive. Mistake myself, and I hold my hands up for that. It was my mistake at the on the start line. That caused me to have a spin and quite significant damage in terms of the aero. But it was a good fight back, and you know, just carnage in other places helped me in that first stint, I think, because without that, I think it would have been a different race.
Definitely. So your closest rival, Emo Guy, he was also get involved in incidences as well, so he didn't have the best race. But obviously, with that low tyre pressures at the start and tyre temperatures as well, did that catch you out? Is that what caused the mistake?
No, the Ferraris caught me out. Peaceful was very, very slow on his launch, and so was Disco. And me and Emo Guy just seemed to split them, and Disco covered me off, and I kind of like let off the power just a little bit, and then started to move out of Disco's way because I had Mike right up my rear. And as I just creamed to the left a little bit, obviously Emo Guy, my spotter didn't actually recognise Emo Guy was there. I don't know if that's because Peaceful and Emo Guy were so close together. My spotter didn't actually recognise Emo Guy, and I just tapped the front of Emo Guy's car. I don't think he got affected by that in terms of spinning, I'm not too sure, but I went round and hit the wall hard.
Either way, you do gain points over Emo Guy. You had a great scrap between Jamie and Smokey as well. Obviously, Jamie opting not to have fuel put in the car. He fueled heavy at the start. Obviously, just tyres, no damage repair either. So it looked like everyone had a long pit stop in the pits. He jumped everyone, and then you and him are on an attack to try and catch Smokey. Did you actually think that a podium was on the cards? Because it didn't look like it towards near the end of the race. 20 minutes in, it probably looked like it was out of reach.
So 37 minutes, or 30 odd minutes left of the race by the time I come out of the pits, and I had to clear Fury, and Fury's been very tricky tonight to get past. We had a good little scrap before the pit stop, and that resumed after, so that was tricky to get done. And then it was head down and pumping the lap times I knew I could do when I was hitting high 45s, low 46s, seeing that Jamie and Smokey was sort of high 47s to high 48s. And it was just all about, I couldn't see Gavlar on my leaderboard thing, on my timing screen thing. So Gavlar, I wasn't even in my thoughts. I was kind of hoping that Gavlar was the car in front of them and was closer to them. But as I sort of got closer to them and lap cars started to get out of the way and I could see Gavlar's name appear on my leaderboard, that wasn't to be the case. But no, I didn't think the podium was on until about the last 20 minutes. I think the last 20 minutes, when the gap to Jamie come down to about 6 seconds, I thought this is on here because I'm taking chunks out their time and barring a mistake from myself, I thought this was on. I think an extra 10 minutes in that race, and I maybe been on the back of Gavlar. I think I had the pace over him, but great job to him. We always, Dan, you know as well as I do in commentating, we always love to crown a new winner at Simplay, and Ferrari to get its first ever race win, as well as Gavlar. Massive congratulations to him because he did the job that others struggled to do tonight. 2 races left of the season. Title on the cards? Yeah, we'll look at that when we come to it. It'd be nice to become a 4-time champ, be back to 2 behind you. With game on going into season 7 of GT3s, but look, we'll take Nürburgring when it comes, and we'll see what we do. We've got a job to do next week now at Simplay as well, and we'll see what happens. But shout out again to Monkey Boy, another stellar performance from him for Simplay Racing. Mike just got unlucky once again, and don't know what happened to Keegs. Joe just didn't have his best night either, but all in all, Simplay Racing, a good night's worth of good positions for everybody. Well, congratulations on the P2, mate, and you'll hear Matimovic in the commentary on Sunday night as he'll bring you the action of the F2s. As more importantly, we now have to speak to our newest race winner here, Gavlar. Massive congratulations! You have now won a race here at Simplay Motorsport. How does it feel?
Yeah, no, thank you. still can't quite believe it, if I'm honest. Obviously, with the carnage that happened in the first few corners, I managed to just kind of take advantage of that, and then found myself pulling away sort of lap after lap after that. Yeah, I've a bit lost words really. Never expected the win. I was quick in qualifying. The last lap, I was actually on pace for pole, but then I made a mistake and my lap was invalidated, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely delighted. Yeah, first win I've only started doing or racing in April, and obviously joined the guys at Simplay. Those guys are just consistency and speed as well, so I'm feeling I'm quickly learning. So no, over the moon, and kudos to everybody else who had a race today as well. Yeah, lost words.
You have now joined an elite group of people of winning a race here at Simplay Motorsport, but also only an elite few of people who have won an ACC as well. There's only Matimovic and Emo Guy and yourself, the only three who have ever won on ACC here at Simplay Motorsport. So you're with some of the top guys on that one as well. But like I said, you managed to get the jump at the start, you managed to stay away from all the trouble, and like you said, that Ferrari had pace. It wasn't just yourself. Disco, Peaceful, this Ferrari looked very good at this circuit, and considering you've only been racing from April, you really did have the good pace. You were very consistent. So the car seemed to be in the right place tonight.
It did, yeah. There was a scary moment halfway through. I was lapping Argent, and then he decided to dive bomb me, and actually put me off the track, which was a bit scary because, as you can imagine, trying to keep my nerves and composure for the entire race was pretty hard. So. Yeah, car felt good. I think once I got to about that 20-minute mark, I just maybe lifted off slightly at the corners, making sure that I wasn't taking any unnecessary risks. So yeah, I could see Matt time was catching up with me pretty quickly in the last sort of 10 minutes. But yeah, I wasn't trying to be a hero and try to beat any lap times. Just wanted to bring it home, so I'm chuffed.
Ideal. And also, we head to Nürburgring for the next round of the championship. What can you do there in the Ferrari? And also, just a quick question, because I don't know much about yourself. Are we running on a controller, or are you running on a steering wheel and pedals?
Steering wheel and pedals. So the Thrustmaster TGT2 with the load cell pedals as well to go with it. So yeah, all, as I say, I'm new to this. So this is all recent investments to. I found a passion in the sim racing. Found a great group with Simplay, great bunch of guys to drive with as well, and in the Discord as well. They're always dead helpful when it comes to advice and guidance. So yeah, it's been really good. It's a really great place to start, if I'm honest.
It's a great pleasure to have you here, by the way, can we just say as well.
Oh, thank you.
I would say, again, quickly, briefly, Nürburgring, is there another win on the cards for this one, or is it kind of like just see what you can get from it?
We'll see. I'll need to make sure I'm practicing. The only time I've raced on it was in the Porsche within the career, and at that point I wasn't as probably not as experienced as I am now. So we'll see how I get on there. It's a tough track. Yeah, practice makes perfect. So we'll see.
Exactly. Well, nonetheless, mate, congratulations. We have crowned a new winner here at Simplay Motorsport. Gavlar joins an elite group of people who have taken a win here at ACC.
You want me to run through the tables?
Yes, please, Matthew, as my phone is being a bum.
Matimovic leads away, 34 points clear of Emo Guy with 50 left up for grabs. Gavlar moves into P3. He is on 44, still up for the championship as well. Monkey Boy now in 4th, a point behind him, with Forzy 5th place on 42. Peaceful Explosion drops to 6th on 33 points. Big Boy Brazier is now up into 7th place on 30. Rabbit Joe and Fury tied on 28 points apiece, with Smoky Devil down up to 10th place ahead of Disco. McDisco face Sooty Apex a point behind him in 12th. P13 is PM Motorsport, and a very tight back end of the field with John 1 point behind him. Welshie 3 off the back of him, and Lucas Roth on 10. Dean Musaki on 7, and Gary on the board on 6 points as well, with 50 left up for grabs.
For the man who hates ACC, he is on the board of ACC. So we have a new winner here at Simplay Motorsport. Here at Catalunya, we have crowned Gavlar the winner of the Spanish race here. Make sure you tune in a week's time, as we will be back live as we head to Germany for the Nürburgring. Can Gavlar get another race win and take a fight to Emo Guy and Matt Hamovic? Make sure you tune in to see if that happens. He was going to get a lot of practice in, and I think he could be able to give them a bit of a headache. Make sure you tune in for that. But more importantly, make sure you tune in on Sunday night, as Matt Hamovic will bring you the final race of the season. Carlin versus Prema. Who is going to come out on top with the constructors? Keegs and myself, Jamie or PN? That is the question. Tune in for that, as that will be live at 7:30 p.m. UK time. And also, reminder to all the drivers, I've been reminding you all night long, people who are racing on project cars for Pro and Pro-Am, you have until the 18th of September to get driver, lineup, team, car, all assigned to either myself or Matt to get your teams registered in for the championship. But for myself and everybody here, we want to give a massive congratulations to Gavlar. We give a massive congratulations to Matt to extending his championship lead. We will see you in a week's time on ACC as we head to the Nürburgring for the penultimate round of the season. Matt is getting closer to another title. Is he going to win it? We'll find out. See you next time.